Welcome everybody to the New York edition of Two Wheels to Anywhere.
Two wheels to anywhere, kickstand up and heading somewhere. While you're waiting for the lights to change, we'll be hanging in the left lane. We got two wheels to anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Brew of Victory Motorcycles, and I'm proud to present to you the core concept.
Join the Two Wheels to Anywhere team at the 2009 International Motorcycle Show in New York City.
You know, it's interesting. I mean, it did take us some time because we did do, it's the same process we use for all our bikes. There's a clay model that was done for it and all that, but the decision to actually go into cast it was on the 28th of November. So in a month, we cast it and assembled. I mean, there was a lot of people working on it. It was a big push. But yeah, it's 5 pieces. You know, you got this piece, you got the battery box, 2 sides of the hardtail, and then this really gorgeous chin fairing is all one part. And it's got the oil cooler up there and the brake reservoir up there.
Do you see production costs coming down as a result of this new technology or this application?
I mean, if you look at it just from the standpoint that you've got, you know, vastly simplified, right?
Absolutely.
So, you know, our bike, our Vision is a relatively expensive bike. You know, from a painting standpoint, it's a very expensive bike. From a number of parts standpoint, so yeah, for this, you know, it would be much simpler for us to assemble. As I mentioned in the film, you can actually take it apart and put it together in an hour. As bikes go, we're not a big company. What we got to do, you know, has to have a lot of value to it. So there's probably a little bit more thought than would go into a one-off. And that's not to put anybody down. You know, there's a lot of bikes around here. There are a lot of bikes that are in this show that are works of art. But for us, we really have to bring, you know, something more to the company. So this bike is about kind of taking a lot of the technology that we have, creating a lot of excitement around it, but also being able to, you know, take that and actually make it into something with a production intent. There's a couple main bolts and this whole back comes off.
That is extraordinary.
You got a couple bolts and this comes off, so yeah, I mean that helps us from a service standpoint, that helps us from a manufacturing standpoint.
Right.
Yeah, but like I said, you gotta, the big thing is to determine, does the customer still view this as like a motorcycle?
Yeah, I think they do. I mean, I think that anybody who's look at this, they'll recognize that.
Yeah, it's not gonna have a wooden seat either.
Right. No, we imagine that's a bit tough, right?
Yeah. It's a little hard.
Yeah, exactly.
I got my kickstand up, ready to ride.
We're celebrating our 10th anniversary. We think Victory has come an incredible long distance in just 10 short years. And you look at some of the breakthrough things we've done, like from the Victory Vegas on up to the Victory Vision, it's an amazing amount of progress. We've got a very small team that's very energized and works really hard. And I think this is the latest reflection of that.
If you look at that frame that was done for the Vision, there's a fair amount of investment in the technology to do that.
So
it's not so much investment in the technology as far as the actual tooling of that, because it's quite reasonable to tool it. If you look at the simplicity and you look at the technology to do it, you would hope that what we would be doing is bringing that as a closer to an enthusiast. I don't think this is the kind of bike that a guy is going to buy and then get out the JMP catalog and add chrome stuff onto it. I think it's a guy that's going to be more about the performance of the bike, more about going out on the weekend and hauling us around.
Having a great time.
When we weighed it as it sits, we had it at 469, which is, I mean, you know, there's a couple hundred pounds less than our bike.
It takes an hour to put the thing together, right? So which is an incredible profession. So it'll be interesting to see if that translates into the final price and if these things become a bit more obtainable, you know, from the unobtainable stuff that you know that everyone looks at. So, but that's a great bike, and I have to say, when I was sitting on it, it felt awesome.
Kick stands up.